Heartland fans, get ready, because season 20 is bringing changes that nobody saw coming. New rumors about the ranch, new questions about who stays and who leaves, and small details in the trailer that fans think means something big. Stay with me till the end, because I am going to break down everything piece by piece, and trust me, the small details matter the most. The first thing fans notice when the season 20 trailer dropped is how different the mood feels this time. It does not open like a normal ranch scene. Instead, it starts with quiet shots of the land, empty fences, and a slow morning light over the valley. Many fans online said this feels like the show is preparing us for a season about change, not just drama. When a show spends extra time showing empty spaces and quiet moments, it usually means something emotional is coming. Maybe a goodbye, maybe a new beginning, or maybe both at the same time. Then the trailer moves faster. We see quick cuts of the family gathered around the kitchen table, but nobody is smiling the way they normally do. Some fans think this hints at a serious family talk, possibly about the future of the ranch itself. Ranch shows like this one often use a kitchen table as the place where big decisions are made. So seeing tension there is a strong signal. A few seconds later, there is a shot of a horse running alone in an open field, with no rider in sight. This detail got a lot of attention from longtime fans, because in past seasons, a lone horse scene has often meant a character is dealing with loss or making a hard decision alone. It is a small visual choice, but for people who have watched this show for years, it carries a lot of emotional weight. Toward the middle of the trailer, we get a very quick flash of a wedding-style outfit hanging in a closet. It is on screen for barely a second, but sharp-eyed fans paused and zoomed in immediately. This has led to a wave of theories about a possible wedding this season, though nothing has been confirmed yet. So we are treating this purely as a rumor for now. The trailer closes with a voiceover line that simply says, "Some things change, but home never does." Fans immediately connected this line to years of the show's theme about family and belonging. And many believe it is setting up a season that focuses heavily on what home really means as characters grow older and life on the ranch keeps shifting. Overall, this trailer does not give away much in terms of exact plot points, but it gives a strong emotional direction. It tells us that season 20 is likely going to lean deeper into themes of change, family bonds, and tough choices, rather than fast-paced drama alone. And that emotional setup is exactly why the next section, the rumored scenes, has fans more excited than ever. Now let's get into the part everyone has been waiting for. The rumors, the set photos, and what fans think is really happening behind the scenes this season. Keep in mind, none of this is officially confirmed by the show, so we are looking at this as fan theory and speculation. But some of these details are too interesting to ignore. The first rumor comes from a set photo that started spreading online a few weeks ago. In the photo, one of the main characters is seen standing near a moving truck outside a house that is not the main ranch house. Fans quickly zoomed in and noticed boxes in the background, the kind you would use when packing up a home. This sparked a wave of talk that someone might be moving out or even leaving the show for a stretch of episodes. Of course, it could also just mean a character is helping someone else move, so this one is still up for debate. Next is a rumor connected to a local news report from the filming location. A small article mentioned extra security near the set on a specific filming day, along with a larger than usual group of extras. Fans took this as a sign that a big event is being filmed, possibly a wedding, a funeral, or some kind of community gathering, since the show often uses big events to bring every character together in one place. This theory has gained a lot of attention in fan groups. Another interesting detail comes from a short video clip a fan shared after visiting the set as a background viewer. In the clip, you can hear part of a conversation between crew members mentioning a new character joining later in the season. No name was given, but the way they talked about this person suggested it could be someone connected to the family's past, not just a random new face. This has led fans to guess it might be an old friend, a long-lost relative, or someone tied to a storyline from earlier seasons. There is also a theory building around a specific horse seen in recent photos, one that fans do not recognize from previous seasons. Longtime viewers know that new horses are often introduced alongside new emotional storylines, especially ones about healing or trust. Some fans believe this new horse could be connected to a younger character's storyline. Maybe someone learning responsibility for the first time, or working through a hard personal moment. While none of these details are confirmed, when you put them together, a pattern starts to form. A possible move, a big filmed event, a mysterious new character, and a new horse tied to emotional growth. If even half of these rumors turn out to be true, Season 20 could be one of the most emotional seasons in the show's history. Before we get into the bigger character predictions, there is one smaller detail that fans almost missed. But once people spotted it, it became a talking point of its own. It is not a huge dramatic twist, but it is the kind of small change that shows how much care goes into building this world. And longtime fans always notice these things first. The detail is about a minor character's job on the ranch. In earlier seasons, this character was mostly seen helping out with basic ranch chores, feeding animals, fixing fences, that kind of everyday work. But in recent set photos and a short clip from behind the scenes, this same character is seen wearing gear that looks more like it belongs to someone handling the horses directly, maybe training or working closely with them instead of just doing general chores. It is a small shift, but on a show like this, a change in role often means a change in someone's personal journey too. Fans started discussing this because the show has a pattern of using small role changes to show character growth without making a big announcement about it. Someone moving from general ranch work into something closer to training or horse care usually means they are being trusted with more responsibility, or they are stepping into a role that means more to them personally. It is the kind of change that does not need a big dramatic scene to explain it. Viewers are just expected to notice it and understand what it means. Some fans also pointed out that this same character was seen spending more time near the barn in the background of other photos, which supports the idea that their storyline is shifting towards something horse-related this season. It might not be the center of the main plot, but for viewers who love watching quieter character arcs grow over time, this kind of detail adds a lot of depth to the season. This is a good example of why paying close attention to small details in trailers and set photos can be just as rewarding as chasing the big dramatic rumors. Not every meaningful change comes with a loud reveal. Sometimes it is just a new tool in someone's hand, or a new place they are standing in a photo. And that quiet shift can end up shaping their story in a big way once the season actually airs. With that smaller detail covered, it is time to move into the part fans care about the most. The predictions for the major characters and where their journeys might be heading this season. Now let's talk about the part that really matters to most fans, where the main characters could be heading this season. Since we do not have official confirmation on full storylines yet, this section is built on trailer clues, past patterns from the show, and what fans have been piecing together. So think of this as an educated guess rather than a fact. Starting with the character most fans focus on first, the one who has carried the emotional center of the show for years. Based on the quiet and reflective tone of the trailer, many believe this season could push her into a moment of looking back at everything the ranch has been through, maybe even questioning her own role in keeping everything together. Shows like this often use a milestone season, and 20 is a big number, to slow down and let the main character reflect before moving forward again. This does not mean something bad is coming. It simply means her story might feel more personal and less about outside conflict this time. Next, thinking about the younger generation on the ranch, the ones who have grown up on screen in front of us. Fans have noticed that trailers this season give more screen time to these younger characters than usual, which suggests the show may be shifting some focus toward their independence. This could mean bigger responsibilities, first real challenges away from family support, or even choices about their own future that do not fully match what the older generation expects. Growth like this fits naturally into a long-running family show, since audiences enjoy watching characters they met as kids finally step into more grown-up decisions. Then there is the ranch itself, which almost acts like its own character in the show, with hints about financial pressure or difficult choices shown through quiet visual cues rather than direct dialogue. Some fans believe the ranch's future could be tested this season, not necessarily lost, but challenged in a way that forces the family to work together differently than before. This kind of storyline usually brings every character back to the same emotional core, protecting home no matter what changes around them. Finally, there is the emotional thread connecting everyone together, the idea of legacy. Older characters passing down lessons, younger characters proving they can carry that weight, and the ranch standing as a symbol of everything the family has built. If the trailer's tone is any indication, Season 20 might spend less time on fast plot twists and more time on emotional payoff, giving long-time viewers moments that feel earned rather than rushed. Put all of this together, and it looks like Season 20 could be less about shocking events and more about meaningful growth, which for a show that has lasted this long, might be exactly what fans need after going through all the trailer clues, the rumors, the set photos, and the character predictions. It is time to step back and separate speculation from what has actually been confirmed. This keeps things fair and honest, since a lot of what we covered today is fan theory, not official information. What we do know for sure is that Season 20 is happening, and the show is continuing forward, which alone is great news for longtime fans who have followed this family for so many years. The network has treated this milestone season as a big deal, and the tone of the trailer, quiet, emotional, and reflective, suggests the creative team wants the season to feel meaningful rather than rushed. Beyond that, most other details, from the possible move to the big filmed event, to the mysterious new character, and even the small role change we talked about earlier, are still unconfirmed and should be treated as fan speculation until the show itself gives us more information. That said, speculation is part of what makes watching a long-running show so fun. Piecing together small clues, rewatching trailers frame by frame, and talking about theories with other fans is part of the experience, especially for a show that has built such a loyal audience over the years. Even if some of these theories turn out to be wrong, the process of looking closely and caring about these characters is exactly why this show has lasted as long as it has. As we wait for official confirmation on release dates and full storylines, one thing feels certain: Season 20 is shaping up to be an emotional and meaningful chapter for this family, and for everyone who has grown up watching them. So now it is your turn. Which theory from today do you think is most likely to be true? And which one do you hope turns out to be right? Drop your thoughts and predictions, and let's see how many of these guesses actually come true once the season finally airs.